What's going on YouTube? Is Donnie B all day, and I'm bringing you another something. This is the Estwing Black Eagle Tomahawk, 16 inches with a 2.5 inch cutting edge of pure American steel. Now this is a forged Tomahawk. This isn't poured, this isn't stamped, this isn't cut, this is forged. This is a real deal, and it's a forged solid piece. This head does not come off of this shaft. This is all one solid piece. It is full tank construction, and you can see here this little, what looks like a lanyard hole. It's actually pinned. This thing is amazing. It's not just built in USA. It's not just assembled in USA. This uses American steel, grade 8 American steel. This is not imported steel. And that's pretty cool. It has a spike. Now the spike came a little bit more round than it is now. I gave it more of a point because I like to throw this stuff, and that's just the way it is. Now, as you could tell by looking at it, I've had this quite a long time and I've used it quite a bit, and I have resharpened this thing. You can see this little nick right here. I didn't bother getting that out because, you know, for me it's just a throwing axe. But I mean, I could literally, that would easily grind out. It's not too far. I wouldn't lose too much of an edge. I just, you know, I plan on hitting here mostly, so that really doesn't bother me. But anyway, who cares? This thing is built like a hammer. From, let's see, there to there. This is a hammer. That's what it is. This is a hammer, which means it has a big rubber grip, and that is great to absorb shock. And so when you're using it as a chopper, it feels so good in the hand because it's taking away a lot of the sting, a lot of the vibration, just because of that rubber handle. And it's sized perfectly. Well, for my hands, it's sized perfectly. And I tell people all the time, I say, oh, my hands are 9 1/4, 9 3/4, 9 in this, 9 in that. I'm going to show you my actual hand size because I didn't know. I just measured. My actual hand size, ooh, I don't even know if you can see that, is 10 inches, right? 10 inches from thumb to pinky, which is a pretty damn big hand. And so when I talk about grip, you have to remember that I'm talking about grip from a 10-inch hand. If you have a 9-inch, an 8-inch, a 7-inch hand, your grip is going to be a lot different than mine. So if I talk about how comfortable something is or how uncomfortable it is, think in terms of relative hand size. You know, if I say, oh my gosh, this grip is too big, and you have smaller hands than 10 inches, then guess what? It's going to be too big for you. If I say, oh, this grip is too small for me, and you've got an 8-inch hand, it might be perfect for you. So keep that in mind when I talk about, you know, grip comfort. Just because I say it's uncomfortable doesn't mean it's uncomfortable, you guys. So Estwing, forged, hammer looking, Tomahawk, spike, badass. Let's go play with it a little bit here. All right, we're gonna start with the old soda can swat and slice. I have enough confidence that this can bury itself through anything, but it does have a 2.5 inch cutting edge. So if I don't hit it right, then I don't know what's gonna happen. But let's figure that out together, guys. Hold on a second, that's funny. Okay, so I decimated the can. The thing is, it separated. It cut. Is it clean? No, but that edge literally beat the shit out of this can. But it went through, so let's go do some more. All right, guys, well, you're a little bit crooked here, but I think you'll survive. So let's knock some of the ends off of these here. That's not a problem. That goes pretty quick. And it's just, it's like swinging at a short nail. You don't have to put a lot of power into it. Let the weight of the head do the work. You see how that's stuck right there, right? And that's not swinging, that's just dropping, right? So swinging, you're gonna get a lot more action out of this, but you really don't need to. So let's take some of these little 1/2-inch guys. Bink. Let's take another one of these 1/2-inch guys. Bink. It's just really, really easy to use. So now the edge. I know I've sharpened this so it's not a true edge, but you guys can see right here that this edge is great for pushing, right? Also, it's great for making spikes by chopping. So I can literally just spin this stick around and bring this to a nice point to use as stakes, right? And I hammer that into the ground, and that's another thing. This nice flat spot right here makes for a really, really good hammer. So let's see if we can chop through something a little bit bigger here, and we'll give it the actual chop test. So let's see here, and it chops just like an axe or a hatchet should, right? It makes pretty quick work of some burly wood. It does what it's supposed to. I mean, it's an axe. If you want to take something camping that you can also turn around and use as a spike, and that's good for I don't know, making holes and shit. It's a spike. What do you want it to do? But it is good for prying. So if I need to get it in between a couple pieces of wood and pry with it, I can use the spike for that. But for me, it's for overthrows. It's still going to stick. Or I can reverse it and throw it spike heavy, and that's going to cause a lot of problems on an animal. This sharp end, this ouch end, right? So if you want to give something a cracked skull and a forever concussion, then you throw it spike end first. That's going to do some damn damage. As far as the usability of it, you know, the grip and whatnot, it is so very comfortable, and it makes it so, I mean, so easy. I'm just tapping into this thing, and the bite is incredible. And why? Because you see the upswept tip. That upswept tip just begs to bite into things. It's fantastic. This I bought at Home Depot, and I'll tell you exactly how much I paid for it if I ever remember, but I don't remember. I know it wasn't that much money. They even had one that was a double headed, and I got this one instead. I don't know why, but it's awesome. You can't really find in a lot of places the double-headed one anymore. I don't even know if they still make it. Maybe on the website, I have no idea, but it's not at Home Depot or Rockies, anything like that. However, this one, they have this. It's always there, and if you have the chance to grab one, grab one. You'll notice that there's a big cutout right here. That's purely for weight. That's all it is. You take out that center, it makes it a little bit lighter at the head, and that gives it more recovery time. So if you're swinging down, you need to come back up, boom, boom. The weight isn't going to resist. So if you need to twirl it, there's not weight resistance, and that's important. And it makes it cool because if you need to hang it on a nail, check that out. Outside of that, what I bought this for was to throw it. So what I'd like to do is just throw it. Come on, let's go do that. All right. So here we go, guys. I'm walking through Home Depot. I'm on my way to buy a hammer. I look next to my hammer that I'm buying, and I see this thing, and I am getting all antsy because I can see the lumber, and I can see this, and I can see the lumber, and I can see this, and all I can think about is, damn, I want to throw that damn thing. I didn't buy this because I thought to myself, oh man, I really need a new camp axe. No, I have my Kanji T-Hawk for that. I didn't look at this because I thought to myself, oh man, I really need to chop some firewood at home. No, I got cold steel Tomahawks for that. I looked at this and thought just one thing. I want to throw that freaking Tomahawk. And that's all I could think about. And I couldn't leave without picking this up because I couldn't go through my life without throwing this badass American Wonderhawk. So I'm going to set up my throw. Let me press pause right here and we'll get going. hickory dickory dock. So yesterday while mowing and being completely aware of my surroundings, as I always am, I accidentally mowed over my 7-yard and my 5-yard markers for throwing, so brought out the tape measure and we fixed that problem. So let's throw again. Oh, I'm glad I remeasured. That is 7 yards of beautiful, and oh my gosh, that's in there. Guys, I gotta show you this because you remember that carved out spot for weight that they have? Check that out. Am I in frame? I don't even know. I can't. Yeah, I am. Check that out. That's it, flush with the wood. Holy crap. That entire edge was buried. This thing is an awesome thrower. So if you're walking through Home Depot and you think to yourself, oh man, I really want to chuck that damn Tomahawk, but I don't know if it throws well, so maybe I shouldn't spend the money. Spend the money. This thing's made in the USA and freaking awesome. So let's walk and talk here. What have we learned about this thing so far? I don't know, that I like it. And if I like it, maybe you should like it. And ooh, that sun feels good. And it's really cool, and it's really comfortable, and it's really sharp at the end. It has a cool spike, and it's an Estwing, and I don't know, it's just badass. So guys, find this in Home Depot if you like throwing tomahawks, and buy this. If you need a camp axe or a a firewood axe, this will work too. But what the hell is the fun of that? Anyway, I'm Donnie B all day, and until next knife.